sideline anger to punt it away. Back deep for the Ravens, Michael Campanaro. Now Campanaro. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They come out here in the eye. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And hauled in by Pitta. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a carry here for Terrence West. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The ground game, no doubt, that was an issue for Baltimore this year, finishing 28th. Now, West, he was their leader, but only 774 yards.
Can you believe you just said that? The ground game was an issue for Baltimore? Yeah. Because that's what they're based on. I mean, that's who they are offensively. Being able to run the football, set that tone, set that physicality, and then throw the ball off of it. That wasn't Ravens football in 2016. I can't wait to see what they do next season. And will Terrence West be their lead running back?
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now, back in my old days, before college, I played a little bit of offense. I used to love to pitch the ball to my backs. How about that pitch right on that play?
Yeah, going right. People run to the right more than to the left, don't they, in real life and in video games?
That is true. A lot of offenses constructed to run to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Those big tackles, usually your power blockers.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. On the defensive side of the football for the Bucs, here's the lineup. You know, you look at last year, 2016, 23 points a game, right in the middle of the league, but improved, I think. How do they look going forward?
Well, they did improve, and they improved throughout the second half of the year. They focused on communication. They cut down some of the stuff they were doing defensively, made it simpler, and they played a lot faster. Look, Gerald McCoy is a terrific player on the defensive line. You got linebackers that can run in Levante David and Quan Alexander. And I thought that Keith Tandy really emerged as a safety for them down the stretch and made some big-time plays.
They'll run it with West. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in. And now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at him.
2nd and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with the smaller guy. Turn to a little more power. They score it.
And that has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the ball switches back over to Tampa Bay, and as they get set in place on offense, Charles, talk about the running game and the O-line, where they stack up going in next year, because Doug Martin was only active for 8 games this last season. Rushing total dropped down to 400 yards, basically.
Yeah, they were fortunate they picked up Jaquiz Rodgers during the year, and he gave them some nice games throughout, but I start with the offensive line. They've got some good building blocks. Left tackle Donovan Smith, guard Ali Marpet. Great places to begin. I think they'll continue to try and fortify that offensive line because that will help whoever becomes their primary ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Martin. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. To throw, Winston. Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. One receiver to the left is Evans. Jameis to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
So 2nd and 10 here. On 2nd down, Winston again. They set up the screen to Martin. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he's going to lose. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They come out here in the I. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Winston. He's got Evans. Give him 8 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Jameis Winston and Mike Evans came into the league 1 year apart. They're going to continue to grow together. How about their first connection in this game?
Yeah, in the first 2 seasons for Mike Evans, both over 1,000 yards. What a way to start an NFL career. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. First out, here's the run with Martin. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Goes underneath to Martin. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
Winston now to throw on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Dante Dye, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. They get the pick. Now what can Flacco do on first down? Smith catches left side. And Steve Smith still making catches on Madden, but his career is over, finishing it with over 1,000 grabs, over 14,000 yards, and 81 touchdowns.
And no one went out better, as far as I'm concerned, than Steve Smith. Did you see his letter to the commissioner?
Tell me about it.
Where he said that I will no longer be around to antagonize defensive backs.
And he did just that.
Agent 89 out.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. On the ground, it's West again. Room here to run. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Passing play, Flacco, and hauled in by Pitta. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So a first down and 5 for the offense. Now West. And an alley to run. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Now Flacco going to give to his fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man. You just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Now a toss. This is West. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talked about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 5 at the 4. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal. So they're operating in the red zone. They come out here in the eye. From the 4-yard line, it's first and goal now. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And Flacco keeps it himself. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. And we've arrived at the 2-minute warning here in half number 1. They held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. Flacco will use the, and this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Dennis Pitta, a 1-yard touchdown reception, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was going for the age. I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Jameis on second down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Evans is alone to his right. 3rd and long for Winston. He's going to sling this deep down. And got his man complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Timmy Jernigan. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Second down, Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Jameis now on first down. They set up the screen to Martin. And he gets it down to the 32. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And break, the tight end's got it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, Winston. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down in bounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet, not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
One man on the backfield, that's Martin. Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Aguayo's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
This will be taken in at the 1. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The drive begins with a handoff to West. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. To pass, Flacco. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. One man on the backfield, that's Martin. Now Jameis on second down. Right side caught by Jackson. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Third and short yardage, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete. The target that time was Vincent Jackson, and that brings up fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Winston to throw for it on fourth. And it is incomplete. CD, wanted to get your thoughts just on the landscape of the offseason for each of these teams. Super Bowl in the rearview mirror, but so much going on. People look at the draft a lot. But there's a lot more that goes into the offseason for these front offices, is there not?
It certainly is, and even before we get to the draft, you start with the combine, that's held in Indianapolis every year, and you have about 350 of the top prospects coming together to get their physicals and interviews and on-field performance, and all that will get evaluated along with their game tape. And then you've got the free agents, all right? That starts, I believe, in early March, where now the free agents can start moving around to different teams, so your team's starting to take a little bit of shape there, free agency, because then the draft's coming up. You're trying to put your team together with new draft picks, have everyone start to move in one direction, and then you have the OTAs and minicamps. You get to see them on the field for the first time, and we start to get a better idea of how these teams are going to look when the fall begins.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
They come out here in the I. Time running out here on the play clock. This is West. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They come up in an offset eye. On 2nd down, it's Dixon. And some room to work. The 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know back in the good old days, just about every team was constructed to power run to the right side. We just saw a pitch to the right side that worked pretty well.
It's easier going to the right than the left?
It just used to be very simply that the right side was always the power side. I think that's just one of those old things. I'm not sure it's still the same, but on that play, it certainly felt like we were back to the future.
Yeah, and it worked. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Dixon on the give from Flacco. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Terrence West taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
Tucker now to add the point after. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. This will be caught at the 2. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play. Winston to Evans. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Winston now to throw on first down. Evans has it left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
In the red zone this time. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. He'll hit Jackson, complete. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the end.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. And defensively, maybe an opportunity missed there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. And big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. They set up the screen to Martin. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. He's got it to dive. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Dante Dye. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. So they're going to go for 2. Winston to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Moore now on the return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They start on the ground with West. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
You almost hear the wheels turning all the way up here. Do I go out of bounds? Do I put my head down, try and gain additional yardage? In this situation, I probably would have put my head down and just tried to get upfield. Going out of bounds did them no good, and they lost additional yardage.
They come out here in the eye. They'll run again here with West. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Baltimore is going to go here. It's Flacco, and it's brought in by Pitta. 13 yards on the pickup, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. And they're going to speed things up here. Here's West. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner, and you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here's Flacco. Over the middle to Smith. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Flacco. Complete. Smith has it. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. 3rd and just 1. It's Flacco. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. That one goes for 36 yards.
They went for the haymaker there, didn't they? A big shot towards the end zone, and they came up with the catch, but they were tackled short of the goal line. The defense escaped the big one there. Now they've got to try and hold them to a field goal attempt.
And the tight end Luke Stocker was the target. And now it's 2nd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. 2nd down, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a third time. Picked off by the longtime Charger, Eric Weddle. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
The open man is Smith. A gain of 4 on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.